Hello lovelies, welcome once again to fixngobbleTv. So in today's recipe we'll be making my mama's favorite okro soup. So in this recipe we don't add saltpeter, we don't add baking soda, but we achieve the slimiest okro soup. I know you're probably doubting whether it's possible to make okro soup without saltpeter or baking soda and still get it as slimy as I said. But it is. So watch to the end of the video and you are going to see what it takes to make slimy okra without baking soda and saltpeter. In my black saucepan I have some towel. I added some salt and some ginger garlic onion paste. Afterwards I added some water and then allow it to boil. Once it starts boiling you want to reduce the heat. When you do that, the towel is going to cook very faster rather than cooking towel on high heat. It doesn't help. So this technique or trick is the easiest way to boil or cook your towel. So in the other pot, I put the remaining protein and I add my ginger garlic paste, some stock cube and some salt. If you do not eat stock cube, trust me, you can omit it and you still will achieve the best okra soup you want. So afterwards I'm going to cover it with a lid and steam my meat. So during the steaming process we want to stir occasionally to make sure that every meat is covered and well seasoned. So in this recipe we have some goat meat and some Toolo beef. This soup will be divided into 3 portions and the rest will be frozen. Like I told you, on this channel you are going to see lots of freezer hacks. So if you love some freezer hacks, please subscribe to this channel. So what I just added is some salted fish, but if you don't have it and you have kakao and some momone, you can add it and then you continue with the steaming process. So I checked the texture of my towel and I feel it's soft enough to add to the remaining ingredients. So I do add it into the main pot and then add some of the liquid, not everything, and then continue with the steaming. Afterwards, I add some hot water. So what we do when we have the 1 pot okra soup is, at this stage you want to make something like pepper soup. So I always say the base of the soup is always very important. When you are building the block of making a very good sauce or soup, you want to pay attention to the foundation. Yes, the base. So you want to make sure that your meat is really infused with all the spices before you continue. So what I just added was some frozen onions. You can add some fresh onions, but I added some frozen onions. You know I already cut and store my onions for longer use, so please check the description box on how to store onion for longer use. I added some boiling water. I never want to add cold water to stop the cooking process, and what I just added was some pepper. So I'm going to allow the soup or pepper soup to boil. And once the pepper is cooked, I'm going to blend. Growing up, we used to blend it in a sanka, and when you finish, the back of your palm will be burning. But now I have a blender, a mini blender, which I used to blend, and I'm going to blend that, and after add the pepper into it. So like I told you, we make the base like pepper soup. Once you get it this way, you want to allow the meat to cook very well, like you'll be cooking soup. So as you can see, the level of the soup has really reduced. So at this stage you want to also adjust the seasoning, the spices, and make sure the taste is right. So after I add some shrimp powder, you can also add fish powder if you want. I know which level of the soup works. But if it's your first time and you are not so sure about it, please cook some of the liquid aside before adding the okra. Too much liquid means your soup is not going to be as slimy as you want. The key thing of achieving slimy okra soup in this recipe is to make sure the level of water and okra is enough to give you that sliminess. So scoop some of the liquid out if you are not confident, and then add your okra. The okra also has to be as fresh as possible. So that's what you can see. I added my okra, and once it boils for some time, I add my spinach leaf. In Ghana, we add okra leaves, which the people, they used to call it boma. I don't know which language it was, but I go to the market, Mommy can buy boma, and I buy them. So you want to allow this to also cook. You taste the okra to make sure it's done, and then you add your palm oil. Zomi is the best choice, but this palm oil works, so that's what I use. Another important thing is also to avoid stirring your okra soup for long. I know, because it also stops it from becoming slimy, and I don't know whether it's the truth or it's a myth. We never ever cover okra soup when it's still hot. It's when it has really cooled down before you want to cover, because and also mommy say we don't know whether it's true or it's just a myth. So what I just did was to taste it, and if I needed more salt, I'm going to add. So that's it. Let's serve our okra soup with some nice banku. Yeah, as I drive my banku like that, I drive. Eesh. Oh my god, let's serve this dish. So please, if you enjoyed this recipe, please subscribe, and if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified each time I upload a new video. So thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.